See, this is where I try to put this in perspective. And this is just the nature of football. It just is.
Oh, boy.
Ward comes up with that ball, the 49ers probably win the game. Or even if he knocks it down, they might win the game. But the guy wrestled it from him and stayed on his feet, and boom, now you're down 9. Like, that's, there's 3 to 5 plays every game that could change an entire fan base's mood on the following day.
Okay, well,
if he makes that catch and the Niners win 21, 15,
yeah.
we're belly aching, but we're also 6-1.
You know what, Steiny? But the people want to talk, and we're going to go to them. It's bigger than that. The Niners have set a standard to me, and they've reached that standard more often than not every Sunday or Monday or Thursday. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden now, I'm watching 2 Rudy Poot teams come in here wounded and hurt, having their way with the Niners, whether it be with the run, the screen game, and for Kirk Cousins, without his best weapon, to almost go for 500 yards total offense. That's a problem. That's bigger than the catch because you're going to play better teams. And we're talking about home field advantage. I'm done with that mess. I need to see something this Sunday at home against Cincy. And Wilks, I'm just telling you, not contractually, but your seat is hot because this defense all of a sudden is going the other way, and we need to know why. There were no injuries. Bosa played. Hargrave played. Armstead played. And you're giving up a touchdown with 16 seconds left in a half on an all-out blitz? That's a bad call. And the cornerbacks now, Steiny, they can be had.
Well,
I'm thinking of Turpin for Dallas getting behind somebody for a touchdown.
Same cornerbacks that played the first 5 weeks, right?
Well, yeah. If I'm a Niner fan, I'm not feeling good about jack squat right now.
Well, and this is where I got to push back when you're like, the 49ers, it's bigger than this. They've set a standard. Dude, they were 3-4 last year after 7 games, and the year before that they were 3-5 after 8. So
they didn't have McCaffrey a lot of that 3-5.
That's fine.
And they reached the NFC Championship
That's right,
game.
And they're 5-2 right now. Like, I'm just emotional about it. I'm not mad about it or saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
But are you shocked?
No. About what specifically?
Losing to Cleveland and Minnesota.
Not really.
Where you were favored by 10 and you were favored by 7.
I mean, shocked is the wrong word. I mean, I'm not shocked by anything that happens in the NFL.
Well,
did I expect them to win 1 out of 2? Yeah, probably. But, I mean, the one thing that we found with the Niners is when they're missing one of their guys, it just changes things a little bit. And 2 weeks ago, they may as well have been playing without Deebo Samuel. And this week, they were playing without Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, and you got beat.
Yeah. All right. And
you got beat by a pretty good team, too, by the way, whether you like it or not.
Well, they were 2-4 coming into the game.
That's right. And they had won,
I don't think
2 or 3?
Oh.
But all the metrics said this team was better than 2-4.
Well, all right. They made the playoffs last year. Steiny, I'm going to say something that I don't know if you don't want to say, because and you ain't no scaredy cat. The elephant in the room and the right on the table is Brock Purdy the guy that quarterbacked all those games and looked like the next Joe Montana, or the guy that's had the ball with the game on the line against Cleveland and Minnesota moving forward to
where are you with Brock Purdy?
I'm nervous. And I'm nervous because I put him on that pedestal. So, Steiny, if this thing goes left, oh my goodness, Kyle can do and call so much. But those interceptions and the lack of mustard on them in the middle of the field they're high. They concern me. Almost got Kittle hitting the family jewels. That happened, but I'm just telling you, I'm not putting this on Brock, but Brock ain't looking like Brock the last 8 quarters. That's a concern.
Well, remember what you said.
Yeah, no doubt.
That after you weren't gonna
overreact.
Yeah. Let's go to We got the country represented here.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to Eddie. Eddie's in Seattle. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, man?
Eddie.
Hey, Steiny Guru, big fan of the show, first-time caller. How y'all doing?
Thank you, man.
Let us hear it. Talk to us.
Seahawks got action, baby.
Big fan of the 49ers. Big fan of the 49ers. I'm in Seattle, but grew up in Sacramento, so super big fan of the Niners. But here's the thing. One thing I learned in life, you never try to be someone that you're not. And if we know about the 49ers from the past few years is what? What is our identity as a football team?
Defense and running the football.
Defense and running the football. And I feel like the first 5 weeks, we're kind of feeling ourselves. We're over here playing like we're the greatest show on Bermuda grass, thinking that we're running the league with the offense that we're kind of like we're running out there. And then the moment that stops, whether it be the Browns game or this last one with the Vikings, we can't come back to our original identity. If you were to take a look at Kyle Shanahan few years ago from that run to the Super Bowl, remember when Jimmy threw all those picks? He went straight back to the run and let the defense play. I'm not seeing that at all, and that's worrisome for me, and that's deeper than Brock. That's deeper than Brock because we don't even know who we are anymore. We're out here fighting before the game. We're out here wearing T-shirts, talking all kinds of trash. And when it comes to the physicality of the game, we're not even there. We're just talking about it. We're letting the media say that, hey, the 49ers are super physical. But are we really, though? Are we really that same football team from 3-4 years ago? I don't think so, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Well, you're not going to be as physical, at least without Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams, probably. But I don't know.
Well, speaking of Deebo, these words came out of my mouth a few months back. Was he expendable? Like this offense was so moving, just flowing. Was he expendable? But now if we're going to sit here and say what ails this offense right now, the last two games, is because Deebo went out in Cleveland, and he didn't play yesterday, I think that's kind of hiding from the problem. And I will say, the Niners earned the right to have their chest out. There was a caller this morning on the Morning Roast, Steiny, and he said this. Kittle lifted up his shirt with the F Dallas after the game was kind of out of hand. But his point was, that's the type of stuff, if you're Billy Badass, you do before the game and give the team a chance to react to it. That was one. I was like, that hit me kind of different. And then two, Minnesota did the boombox thing. And again, the Niners have set the standard to where they're bullies. They're getting mocked. But you can't tell me, I know you can tell Guru that means nothing. Well, that Minnesota team, they met the force that was needed to go toe-to-toe with the bully, and then they beat the bully. That's 2 weeks in a row because Cleveland did the same thing. Just interesting.
I'm trying to think of a way to react to that, and it's well said. You're chronicling it. Well, I mean, I just I sometimes I feel like this is kind of, like we came in here yesterday and you're talking about the Bills, and they're not. So
man.
And why do we think that the 49ers are immune to this stuff? Why? Why? I don't get it. Like we saw,
they were 5-0, Steiny.
Well, so were the Eagles, and we looked at the Eagles and said, "Well, they don't." Why 408? 408, Steiny. Guru's making me so angry right now. Why 408? Why is Guru making you angry?
I'm just being real.
Comcast Business text line.
Yeah, I'm just being real and calling it like I see it. I'm not perfect, but don't hide from the warts. And I don't know if you're aware, Steiny, I'm no doctor. Warts can grow. They can get bigger.
Well, I guess
get them lasered off.
I guess what bothers me most is you looked at the Niners and said they don't have any warts, nor can they acquire warts.
And no doubt.
Quite frankly.
And that's what I'm having a problem. My fault.
Why?
Hey, and I'm not all the way out. I'm not all the way out, but there are some stuff. Come on now. Nick Bosa, where are you? How dare you hold out and then follow that up with Claude Rains?
What about the Niners? They don't bear the responsibility of Bosa getting in here late? Well, that's not just Bosa.
Well, damn.
That's the organization and Bosa letting that thing linger. And guess what? Both sides maybe bear responsibility for Bosa's slow start. Let's go to Mario in San Rafael. Let's talk about Steve Wilks. Yeah.
Rio.
Look, I mean, it was a tough day to be a San Francisco faithful yesterday. Not just because of the Niners. Watching Bruce Bochy, too, exceed Stu Farhan. It pissed me off. And then with this, we're losing our identity. You know, Steve Wilks is dialing up the pressure at the wrong time. We had a opportunity yesterday to have a pocket passer. That means we can get to the quarterback. We should get to the quarterback, and we had 0 sacks. Why? It's so frustrating to watch this team right now to not get to the quarterback with this much talent. You know, you watch, and you know, another thing too, watching Wilks so comfortable in that press box, it gets to me. You know, you saw Saleh, you saw Ryans on the sidelines hyping up that defense, and look at Wilks. Oh, nice in this press box, all comfy.
Mario, I think it's time to come down on the sideline. I don't know nothing about nothing, but that's where this thing is going if this defense continues to play like this.
I agree. So, where's the emotion, too, you know? I mean, this team was built on emotion, too. There's 0 out there. You know, we're not getting to the quarterback. There's 0 emotion. Well, guess what? We're not going to play like we should be playing.
Thanks, Mario. Appreciate the call.
Cousins dropped back 45 times, Donnie. So you had 45 chances to get a sack.
They got one.
Then when you
wasn't called.
Oh,
should have been grounding.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was a fumble, but anyway, man.
What was I going to say about Steve Wilks?
Coming down from the booth.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody find out. What if I told you that Steve Wilks, as a defensive coordinator, has been in the booth 292 times, and on the sidelines, 0.
Well, what he was saying, I think, is Saleh and Ryans, they look like players. They look like Sirianni.
Is that necessarily good?
Well, if you look at how their units performed, I would say yes.
The 49ers up until this is crazy. Now all of a sudden the 49ers defense stinks?
No, we're just saying they're not playing their best. Well, and if this is they end up being,
so why
then
don't we say
the mark for the championship
why don't we say this?
Wrong.
Well, why wouldn't we say this? Man, 49ers defense hasn't looked dominant the last 2 weeks, but damn, they still only have given up 41 points in the last 2 games. Like, seriously, you can't.
The question is why.
Why?
Why they have regressed these last 2 games? Why
because it's the NFL.
The D-line. No.
Yes,
you're paying
is.
$120 to $97. It's not cool to just sit on your ass and not get to the quarterback. You're the one that came up with the stat just 30 minutes ago about it's been 11 games and he's recorded 10 sacks. 10. Yeah. That's a bigger problem. And I'm out here running my fat mouth about, Reggie White, Michael Strahan. Went through the whole playoffs without a sack, and we just pushed it up. He got a raise.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
That's Evans.
Let's go to Brian in Oakland. Hey, Brian, how you doing, man?
Hey, Steiny Guru, long time, first time. Love the show.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate
it. I just wanted to point out something. It seems like about a month before the season started, being a Bay Area local here, especially on the drop with Bonte on 97.5, where the whole focus is like December 3rd, Philadelphia, December 3rd, Philadelphia. How about focusing on, executing play-by-play instead of worrying about something in a couple months from now? It seems like from the organization, from the top down, the media, Niner Nation, they're all bought into this whole mystique that there's no one ahead of them until December. Let's slow down. What do you think?
I'm one of them.
Can't.
Yeah, I'm one of them, Steiny.
He's incapable.
I own it. And I'm not by myself. I haven't been. This team was Billy Badass.
See, the one thing I was thinking about is here's what I think. I don't think the Niners in the last 2 games have been that dramatically different from the Niners during the first 5 games. But the big difference has been the way the fans feel and have felt about the Niners through 5 games and now after 2. After 5 games, everybody's ready to anoint them. The best team in football. They can't be touched. Okay, well, that's probably not true. They're one of the best teams in football. We know that. Well, now they lost 2 games. Now they stink. No, they don't. They don't stink. Of course they don't stink. Anybody chirping now about how badly things are going? You want to bet against them? Want to bet against them now?
I'm going to take a couple weeks off.
Okay. Yeah.
But nobody's saying they stink. We've been looking at this.
Would you bet against them? Would you bet against them right now?
I'm scared to bet against them. I don't know who they are.
Exactly.
That's how I'm feeling. That's my fault.
No, you do know who they are. They're a team capable of getting to the NFC Championship game.
No doubt. They did that.
So
I'm holding them to that standard.
Okay, so I'll make a bet with you right now. I'll bet they make the NFC Championship game.
Oh, I'm not that dumb.
So you would not take that bet?
They got 10 games.
So that means we're 5-2 and we're still fine. If you're like, because I'm with you. I wouldn't take that bet if I were you.
Yeah.